Hey, welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, glad you stopped by. Today we're talking about something super practical. What to do when your laptop runs out of space, but upgrading the internal SSD isn't an option. This happened to me recently, and it totally messed up my workflow. So I went looking for a better solution. So recently, my MacBook started throwing that annoying message, "Your disk is almost full." And I was right in the middle of editing a video project. It lagged, froze, and just ruined my whole workflow. I thought about upgrading the internal SSD, but you know how that goes. It's expensive, not easy, and sometimes just not possible. So I looked around for a better solution. Something portable, fast, and hopeful. Less painful on the wallet. And that's where this combo comes in. The HAGIBIS USB4 NVMe Enclosure, paired with the XPG GAMMIX S70 Blade 2TB SSD. Let's unbox them and see how well this setup performs.
Starting with the HAGIBIS enclosure. It comes in a really clean, well-designed box. Honestly, this packaging feels like something you'd get from a premium brand. Very Apple-like in presentation. Inside, we get the enclosure itself, solid aluminum body, really nice in the hand. Also included, a USB-C to USB-C, cable rated for 40 Gbps, some thermal pads, a heatsink, screws, and a mini screwdriver. It's all here. Everything you need to assemble it.
Next up, the SSD. This is the XPG GAMMIX S70 Blade 2TB version. It's a PCIe Gen 4x4 NVMe SSD that supports up to 7,400 MB read and 6,800 MB write, at least on paper. This SSD uses 3D TLC NAND, supports SLC caching, and has onboard DRAM. It's built for high-performance workloads, video editing, gaming, large file transfers, you name it. It also comes with a slim heatsink, though we'll remove that later since the HAGIBIS enclosure already includes its own thermal solution. Installation's super easy. First, we open up the HAGIBIS enclosure, just unscrew the tiny screws and it slides apart. Then, plug in the SSD, secure it with the screw, add the thermal pad and heatsink, and finally close it all up. Tighten everything back down and we're done. Took maybe 5 minutes total. Oh yeah, just a quick heads up. The first time I plugged the SSD into my MacBook, I got this warning message saying, "The disk you attached was not readable by this computer. Don't panic. This is totally normal for a brand new NVMe drive that hasn't been formatted yet." All you need to do is click Initialize, and that will take you into Disk Utility. From there, I just selected the drive, hit Erase, and use these settings. Name, NVMe 2TDI format, APFS, scheme, UID partition map. After that, I hit mounted instantly and was ready to go. Now the fun part, let's test how fast this thing really is. I plugged it into my MacBook Pro via Thunderbolt 4 and ran Blackmagic disk speed test. And this thing flies. Read and write speeds both hover around 3,000 MB/s, which is insane for an external drive. It's more than fast enough for editing 4K, even 8K video in real time. I also tried copying footage directly from my Osmo Action 5 camera to the drive. At first I was like, wait, why is this going so slow? Turns out, it's not the SSD's fault. The bottleneck was actually the SD card inside the camera, which only reads at like 20 to 90 megabytes per second max. So yeah, your system is only as fast as its slowest part. If you want to get full speed, use a fast SD card and a proper card reader. So here's my honest take. This combo, HAGIBIS USB4 Enclosure plus XPG GAMMIX S70 Blade is a killer setup. For the price, you get near-internal SSD speeds in a plug-and-play, portable form factor. It's fast, it's compact, and it just works. If you're dealing with full drives, big projects, or just want an external SSD that doesn't slow you down, I highly recommend this combo. One thing to keep in mind though, this thing gets warm. Especially during large file transfers, the metal body can get noticeably hot. It's not a problem unless you're running it 24/7, but yeah, don't be surprised if it feels toasty. That's it for today's video. I'll leave links to the products I used in the description in case you want to check them out. Let me know in the comments if you've used a similar setup or if you have any questions. I always try to reply. If you found this helpful, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.